everybody, during this lockdown, we can't waste a thing. You cannot waste a thing. And if you were a person your whole life where you didn't like leftovers and you were kind of fussy, get over it. Unless you got a lot of money in the bank and you got a job that still pays you, then don't even bother watching this. But a lot of people don't have jobs because they can't go to work and they don't have jobs that pay them sick time or nothing. A lot of people are self-employed. I'm self-employed. All right, so last week I bought this piece of pork from Winn-Dixie. It was like $3 for this piece of pork. And I cooked it and I made some sandwiches out of it for myself. And now, if you look, see, I reserved all of that gelatin. So we're going to put this in a pot and make some good soup out of this. Okay? All right, so follow me along. So now it's in the pot, it's going to start melting down. And what we can do is you can add water, or if you have beef broth, you can add beef broth. If you got beef bouillon, you can add beef bouillon to this. Just let it simmer slowly. And as it's simmering and cooking all day, the meat on the bone will fall off. So this is the beginning. Now, if you have frozen vegetables, you can add those in the end. If you have noodles, you can add those in the end. So just follow along here with me and watch how I progress. You know, gotta ask you, how's your retirement funds during this shutdown, this lockdown, during this virus? It's bad for everybody, so we have to all conserve. I mean, everybody has to conserve. And if you have to go out, only go out when it's absolutely necessary. So if you got to go to the grocery store, only go to the grocery store when it's necessary. So don't waste anything. Now, I'm not telling you this because I have nothing else to do. My life is on the line. Your life is on the line. Your children, everyone. Every time you go out that door, you're taking a risk. So bundle up, like they used to say up north when I lived in the wintertime. Bundle up. Put that mask on, put 2 masks on, take your wipes, take a bottle of alcohol, whatever you have to take with you when you go out. Look at this, it's starting to melt down now, see? Do whatever you can to protect yourself, your children, your friends, everything. Because we're all going to go back to work. It may be a while, but we'll all be back to work. And if we all survive this and do what we're supposed to, we're going to get through this. Just remember, like me, I told everyone before, I have stories of my grandparents telling me about the Depression and what they had to do to survive. And they wasted nothing. Nothing. All right, let's move on. All right, so here I have some beef broth. Pour that beef broth in. That's all I need for now. I'm going to reserve the rest for the rest of the week. And we'll continue. If you don't have the broth, you can use like a bouillon like this. If you don't have beef bouillon, you can use chicken. And if you don't that, you can just add water and add all your seasonings. I'm a big fan of spice, so I'm going to add a little red curry paste. Not a whole lot, just enough to give it some kick. I'm going to add a little lime juice. And we add a little of my favorite of this hot chili sauce. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And now I'm going to add some water. And I'll let this simmer. Next, I'm going to add some ginger. No, I don't measure anything. I cook like my grandmother does. You just keep adding to taste. I've used this ginger before, so I know how much I want to put in. Just keep adding to taste. And then you can use fresh onion, or if you have dried onion, add some of that. You can add a lot. This smells good. This can be good soup. So for those who don't cook a lot, or don't really cook at all, that gelatin you saw earlier is from the bone. And that is what you want for broth. That's why you use a bone to make soup. And that's great. That's good for you. That's all good for you. You can read up on that. Now I'm just skimming some of the protein and fat left over. And then we'll just continue to let it simmer. They have plenty of cabbage at all the grocery stores that I went to. I went to Winn-Dixie and I go to Walmart, and I try to go when the traffic isn't really bad, like later at night. But there's always plenty of cabbage there. So we're going to throw some cabbage in here. And then this is the stalk shoots from the bok choy. I have more leaves, just the leaves by themselves. I'll put those leaves in at the end because I want those to not really wilt down, but this is okay right here. But this has to cook a while. I don't like them real crunchy in my soup, so I'm putting those in here to cook now. And what's a soup without carrots? Look in that refrigerator, waste nothing. That's what a soup is all about. So I tasted this and it is phenomenal. But I like mine a little bit more spicy, so a few more drops of this. Make the soup the way you like it. Like my family, they don't like spicy things, but I love spicy things. Okay, I tasted this and it tastes amazing. And the only thing it needs is a little more hot sauce. Yeah, I'm a hot sauce person. Just a few drops, that's all it needs. And I'll continue to let it simmer. Alright, got some water boiling, and I got some leftover shells pasta here. Now this is not normally the type of noodle you use for an Asian inspired soup, but we are rationing, baby. And we're going to use everything that we've got. Nothing will get wasted. And along the way, we're going to find some non-traditional things that's going to become yummy, yummy. This has been simmering. Look how beautiful that is. Now it's time to add the bok choy leaves. I cannot wait for this soup. Now, after I put that in there, I'm going to shut the stove off and just let it simmer softly. Take the pot off of the coil and move it to a cool coil so it doesn't keep cooking. Here you can see how the rest of that meat just fell off the bone. You can keep that bone in here. You can see how hot it still is. It's still simmering. So I'll put a lid over it. Keep it cooking. It's cooking without the fire on. It's just what's hot in there already. The noodles are almost done. Now I'm going to stop them when they get to be about al dente, and I'm going to rinse them and then put them in the soup, and they'll continue to cook and soak up the juice from the soup. Okay, I strain the noodles and I'm going to drop them in the soup, mix it up, and we're going to have soup. Here it is. Was that easy or what? And it is so good. You can put anything in here that you want. This is just to show you how waste nothing, because we're going to be home for quite a while. Don't know if our government's going to be handing out food stamps for people who are not collecting any wages, but in the meantime, you got to prepare and get ready. Don't waste anything, babes. Don't waste anything. Okay, so that's my meal. This will get me through for a couple of meals here. And there it is. Okay, so experiment, have fun, and be creative while you're at home. Talk to you later. Love you all. Bye. Stay safe.